Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to LCPS, Dhaka again. We are here for our program Meet the Leader. আমাদের আজকের এই সেশনটা বেসিক্যালি খুবই এক্সক্লুসিভ একটা সেশন, কারণ সবাইকে জানাতে চাচ্ছি যে আজকে আমাদের এলসিবিএস এর 12 তম হচ্ছে বার্থডে আমরা সেলিব্রেশন করতে যাচ্ছি আজকে 17 জানুয়ারি। তো এরকম একটা এক্সক্লুসিভ ডেতে এরকম একটা ডেতে আজকে আমাদের সাথে জয়েন করেছেন অনেক দূর থেকে আমাদের নাজিম উদ্দিন স্যার। থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার ফর জয়েনিং উইথ আস। এরকম একটা দিনে আপনি আমাদের সাথে জয়েন করার জন্য থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ। এখন অনেক সকাল কানাডাতে, অ্যাজ ফার আই নো। তো এত সকালবেলা এসে এইরকম শীতের সকালে আমাদের সাথে জয়েন করার জন্য অসংখ্য অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ স্যার। এলসিপিএস ফ্যামিলির পক্ষ থেকে, এলসিপিএস ঢাকাতে যারা আছে আমরা সবার পক্ষ থেকে স্যার।
Thank you, Mehdi bhai. Thank you for having me.
তো স্যার কেমন আছেন স্যার?
জি ভালো আছি, আপনারা কেমন আছেন?
জি স্যার, আমরা সবাই আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো আছি। তো স্যার আজকে তো আমরা এলসিবিএস বার্থডে সেলিব্রেশন করতে যাচ্ছি, আমাদের 12তম বার্থডে। So we welcome you to celebrate LCPS birthday with us. Would you share some words on LCPS birthday?
Good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be here. I think on birthday, I would say it's been a great 12 years for LCPS. It served, I think, a good number of ACCA students and trainees in developing their skills and completing professional qualifications. Well done. I think keep up the good work. I'm sure the future will be better. And my best wishes for LCPS.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your wishes to LCPS Dhaka. Sir, if you could tell us about your SCCA journey.
Yeah, so I started my CAT, that's Certified Accounting Technician, right after my HSC. And then I finished my ACCA exam back in 2010. I think it was December session. So quite a long time. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Could you share your career journey with us, please, sir, for our audience and our jara amaderke ekhon dekhche at the same time?
Yeah, so I started my first job in Bangladesh with Emerging Credit Rating Limited. It was one of the then new credit rating agencies, and I worked as a financial analyst for a couple of months there. And then I moved to Saiful Shamsul Alam and Company Chartered Accountants, a mid-sized CA firm in Dhaka. I was there for about a year. And after that, I moved to Chevron. I initially joined there as financial analyst audit. And then after about another year, I moved to a financial forecast analysis and reporting team. I was there for about 2 years and then moved to accounting role at Chevron. So in 2018, I think, it was mid-2018, I moved out of country. So here, my first job was with Enbridge, again, an energy company. I was there as a financial reporting advisor. And after spending like a couple of months, I actually changed the industry. So now I'm in financial service. I started with State Street. It's an asset management company. And I joined as a manager of financial reporting. And then now I moved to a different role called senior manager of financial reporting.
Oh, that's great. That's a great that's a great journey in your career. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
In your view, what should be considered to choose a right professional qualification in the accountancy or finance profession? What do you think, sir?
I think first maybe we need to figure out what market potentially we want to explore, because in different market, different qualification is popular. So by market, I mean maybe geography-wise, whether you want to continue in, say, Bangladesh or somewhere in Asia, but other than Bangladesh, or somewhere outside the region, right? So so once you probably figure that out, okay, you want to explore this specific market, and then the next thing would be whether you are looking for a regulated accounting finance profession or a non-regulated profession. So by that, what I mean is, say, to be an audit partner, you need certain, legal rights. But to be a CFO, you don't need that. You don't need the same kind of legal right. So I think that's the next thing. And once you know, say, which market, and then which part of the accountancy finance profession, whether it's the regulated part or the non-regulated part, then it kind of narrows down your option to what are the popular qualification for that specific scenario. But again, looking forward, like when we decide about the qualification, we have no idea down the line in 5-10 years, what would be exactly there. So maybe it's not a bad idea to have an option that kind of gives you more broad, ranges of opportunities. So you don't want to limit yourself just to, so much specific that later on you can't really expand beyond that.
Okay, that's great. So, whenever we talk with the students and the guardians, sometimes they ask about how ACCA may help someone to boost some careers. So, if you could say something for us in this particular area.
Yeah, let's start with like what ACCA exactly has, right? So ACCA has a long successful history. It's like over 100 years. And it has this global reach. Like I was checking yesterday, it is in over 180 countries. And then, who are your peers? So you want to be part of the big network, right? And ACCA has a large member network, over 200 members, again, across the globe. Then ACCA, with its forward-thinking research and the response in the farm, say, modifying its syllabus through its partnership with approved employer. Again, I was checking, like almost 7,500. And it has around like 80 accountancy partnership globally. All these things make it kind of very well-known, relevant, trusted and respected qualification in most part of the world. So yeah, I think that's the great thing about ACCA. The opportunities or the options that you have once you have the ACCA qualification is pretty open and wide, and it's across the world.
Okay, that's great, sir. So, what are the employers' expectations from the prospective employees? Like who will join to the next financial prospect or the accounting department? So, what are the prospects that an employer expects from employees, especially from the ACCA candidates?
Okay, I'll probably change my answer a little bit. I think before actually trying to understand what the employers expect, we probably need to figure out what do we expect, right? Probably you don't even want to approach an employer, right? If you're looking for self-employment, then in that case that's a different story. So maybe first, like, start with you, see what you want, employment or self-employment. And then if you're looking for, say, employment or self-employment, maybe you want to start learning about the business that interests you, right? Whether for a job or for your own venture. And then looking ahead and trying to map where you want to be in say 5-10 years, and then working backwards, like what skills or the qualifications you will need to get there. For job, I would say most of the technical skills are job specific. So you will be again, you will need to know which job you're looking for and then develop your technical skills accordingly. But most of the other soft skills, these are pretty common across different professions. So, for example, you need to have communication skill, problem solving, then adaptability with so much changes around, and good teamwork, and the growth mindset ultimately, because we all need to learn continuously. So that needs to be there. Again, I think if I just specifically highlight, then the information technology sector is pretty big. So it's around 27-28% of the S&P 500. Now these companies are big because they help other businesses to make money. So of course, I mean, you're not really innovating this technological thing, but you at least should be able to use these tools or the services that enable this productivity or business around.
That's great. So in that case, so what do you mean that yeah, apart from the ACCA, if candidates have some soft skills in various sectors, like their inner skills and the skills for their job responsibilities, so they will get a very good chance, or they will get a very good opportunity to get hired from the employers. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, exactly. So let's put it this way, right? In the work environment, no one is giving a question and then you're writing an answer, right? So there needs to be some tools that the employers would use to put your skill into the workplace. So other than the skill that you already have, you probably, I mean, you certainly need to be able to use these tools to apply your skill at workplace.
Yeah. So, what are your advice to the existing and the prospective students who are pursuing SCCA qualification currently?
Yeah, I mean, my first words would be, don't be afraid. It's just a qualification that requires some preset skill sets, like whatever is in your syllabus is being tested. So, yeah, it just requires practice, and it's probably one of the easiest thing, but yet important that you will do in your life. So. Discipline is important, and I would suggest not to hesitate to take help from others. Remember, no one gives you much credit for coming up with a different study technique to finish your ACCA. That's just too much work without much credit. So my advice would be just utilize the proven techniques, take help from those who already went through the same exams, and finish it as soon as you can. And in your journey, there might be some, it might not be so smooth. So there might be a bumpy road, like you probably pass or fail, but that's okay. Just move on and get to the next level.
Okay. So in that case, you were suggesting that for the prospective students who are currently starting on SSCA or want to pursue the SSCA qualification, first of all, they don't need to be feared the certification or the exams. They need to seek help from anyone at any time. There is no hesitation. There shouldn't be hesitation in their mind to take help from anyone. Like LCBS always try to help them in that way. Like we always try to provide a good tuition and mock test and other suggestion, their career guidelines and exam techniques, tips and techniques. So they can come to us anytime, and they can get the help from our teachers and our faculty members, respected faculty members. We are here to help them at any time. So I think there's nothing to fear about the exams or the qualification. Just keep going and get your certification and enhance your career in the next level. Am I right, sir?
Yeah.
So we have a question, sir, from the live. What are the difficulties you faced during your SCCA study?
Yes, if I just go back to my student life, right? Now, of course, like, some people grow early, but at that age, it's very hard to lose the track. So, like, being disciplined at that age, right, during student life, is tricky. And given that, like, as I said, like, nothing to worry, it's a predefined skill set. But still, you cannot miss none of this because all these are pretty thoroughly tested. So you need to have a proper plan in terms of, like, say, to be more detailed, which chapter you're studying when, and then which materials you're using for practice and what's for revision, and how do you progress during the semester to make sure you have a good chance of passing the paper, right? And also, now all of these doesn't probably happen just like that. So you need some guidance throughout. And I would stress that you should go through mock exams at an interval to make sure the progress that you understand is real. Because sometimes we read a book, you feel like, oh, I'm fine with that, but at the end of the day, like, you go for exam and you're not really fine. So yeah, mock exam would also be critical throughout that process.
Okay, so we have another question from Salman Islam. He asked, well, I'm doing my BBA from private university Sylhet, third year. After finishing my bachelor, should I go for CAT, then SCCA, or directly to SCCA?
Hi, Salman. So I think after undergrad, you'll be able to join ACCA directly, and I don't see a reason to join CAT then. So I mean, we don't have that much time. I mean, if you can just start with ACCA, go ahead.
Right. স্যার আপনাকে যদি আমি একটু একটা জিনিস জাস্ট আস্ক করি ফ্রম মাই কিউরিওসিটি, আপনি কি ডিফিকাল্টিজ ফেস করেছিলেন আপনার এসএসসি জার্নিতে, এবং স্টুডেন্টদের জন্য যদি একটু সাজেশন করতেন যে আপনারা এই ডিফিকাল্টিজ গুলো যদি ফেস করেন তাহলে এইভাবে আপনি একটু টিপস এন্ড টেকনিকস গুলো যদি শেয়ার করতেন যে আপনি কিভাবে ওভারকাম করেছিলেন এই ডিফিকাল্টিজ গুলো।
জি, so I think ACCA portion you get a plenty of resources and so many friends, right? So many tutors around. It's very easy to get distracted because so you have to make a choice. Like, as I said, you need to be you need to just follow the proven techniques, no experiment, or at least, I mean, you can experiment, but it doesn't give you any credit. So follow the techniques, and in that sense, I would say if I were to study ACCA again, maybe like on day one, I'll just prepare my calendar. Like, I know there are usually like 25, 30 chapters in each book, and I would have used probably a textbook and then a revision kit and then a set of flashcards for revision. So textbook, if I study, say, if I plan, say, 3 papers after 3 months, then basically I have 30 days for each paper. And that's pretty reasonable because in each book, you don't have more than 25, 30 chapters. And that's around, say, 30 pages a day, not so much. So I would probably just prepare my calendar. Okay, day one, I'm reading this paper, this chapter from this textbook, and say then I'll do this many questions from this revision kit. And at the end of the day, I'll revise and go to sleep. Then call it a day. So if you just stick to the routine and that's how progress, and I don't think it's really that much to go for like a couple of papers in every semester.
Okay, sir. Sir, I will ask you another question from the audience, or maybe they want to ask you this question. What was your experience with LCBS, and what was your journey experience with LCBS?
Gee, sorry, I forgot to mention that as part of my career. So I was involved with the LCPS for about how many years? Like 8, 9 years. So actually,
Oh,
since
oh my
yeah,
God,
since
it's a huge time. It's for a huge time.
yeah, since the beginning, I think like after ACCA, I moved back to Bangladesh and then started with LCBS until I moved again. I was with them, so it was a very pleasant journey. I made good friends, met a lot of nice colleagues there. Uh, I also I also broadened my professional network from there. And finally, I wouldn't hesitate to just admit it. Like I would never imagine myself speaking in public before I started teaching at different institutes. And I think actually that helped me and in my even current job. So yeah, thanks to LCBS for giving me that opportunity, and it's been a pleasant journey.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. Most welcome for your nice compliment to LCBS and best wishes for LCBS at this 12th birthday celebration today. And you were the special guest for us, and today is the special day for LCBS as we are celebrating 12th birthday of LCBS Dhaka. So I just want to ask you another question that some people and some students sometimes thought that SSA is a long journey and there's a lot of difficulties to get pass in the exams, and it's so much difficult to get the certificate, and overall sometimes they think about the overall pass rate of the world. So in that case, they are hesitating themselves to do the SSA in this level. So sometimes some people are quitting the SSA platform. So what do you think? And if you have something for them to say?
Okay, so I have my young family members as well doing ACCA. So given that my family members are also like now in that student phase, and then I was a student myself. Also, I used to be involved with students when teaching. I think it's mainly the discipline and not being honest to themselves. Like you fail a paper, you don't really recognize that you didn't prepare enough. You just start saying that's basically nagging or finding an excuse, saying, well, it's a tough qualification. It's not tough. It's just all predefined in your syllabus, what you were expected to know. And the textbooks and other study materials are designed that way. So if you're honest to yourself, you I mean, if you're not successful, at least in passing exams, that's all on you. I mean, just be honest to yourself and find out what went wrong, work on it, and go for next time. Uh, uh, it's not a difficult thing. So.
Okay. Yes, sir. If someone maintain the discipline, if someone have the plan that I will obtain that certificate within a very 2 years or 3 years, if someone making that type of goal, and he or she can do some flowchart about getting the result, so I think that should be very easy. I think for them. So if someone want to be a leader like you, so what they need to do, what they need to follow?
Okay, that's okay. Tough question for me. So let me just clarify. I mean, I'm not probably at that level to be a role model for anyone. But as I mentioned, like my journey has been I mean, I was blessed with everyone's prayers, but I think again throughout this journey, discipline was one thing that I think that helped a lot, other than everyone's prayers. And in the profession, look, at the end of the day, like whether someone is a professionally qualified accountant or not, people have their own skill sets, and these days you don't really need even a qualification to be skilled, right? There are so many resources available everywhere. So being humble and respectful to everyone, and just accepting the fact that, I mean, being confident is important, but also accepting the fact that everyone can be skilled like you, and just navigating in a very humble way, I think helps. So yeah, like, well, having ACCA or some other qualification, no big deal. So many people have ACCA, right? It just some other skills or the personality type or the growth mindset that probably makes you a little different.
Right. So, sir, what's the temperature there right now at
I haven't
Canada?
checked, but it would be minus something, but yeah, I didn't check.
So we are so honored and we are so delighted to see be with us. We are so delighted that you joined with us at this temperature. It's minus. I know that in Canada it's a huge cold there, and this is too early morning right now. And this early morning you joined with us this special event for the audience, and special thanks from LCBS family, and special thanks from everyone that who are joining with us and who are watching the live session with Nazim Uddin sir, who joined with us from the Canada, and I want to ask, or I want to hear just two words from you, sir, for LCPS Dhaka for this 12 years journey. From
2
you.
words, that limits my option. So sorry, yeah, best wishes.
Just 2 words, no, sir. I'm just trying to.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, that's all that I would say. Yeah.
Okay, best wishes. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And best wishes also for you and also for your family who lived with you or lived in Bangladesh. And hopefully we'll meet very soon with you in our campus.
Inshallah.
And also you'll be glad to know that we just started our the New Year journey with our new campus. Just 2 days ago, we started our journey.
Nice.
And I'm live today from the new campus. So thank you, sir. Thank you so much, and may Allah bless you all. And
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thanks, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
So.